Are you storing your food correctly? You might think this is a simple question, but for millions of seniors, common refrigeration habits are silently undermining their health, ruining their food, and costing them money. We've been taught to refrigerate almost everything, believing it's always the safest option. But this is a dangerous misconception. Today, we're going to expose the hidden truths behind food storage. We will reveal 9 common foods you should absolutely never put in the refrigerator after the age of 60. You'll discover how cold temperatures can trigger dangerous chemical changes, destroy vital nutrients, and even accelerate spoilage. Understanding this could be the simplest yet most impactful change you make for your health and your grocery budget this week. Let's dive in. The 9 foods you should never refrigerate. Number 9, potatoes, the acrylamide alarm. Starting our list is the humble potato, a staple in countless kitchens. Many people store potatoes in the refrigerator, believing it extends their shelf life. This is a critical mistake, especially for seniors. When potatoes are stored in cold temperatures, below 45 degrees Celsius, 7 degrees Celsius, the starch inside them rapidly converts into sugar. This process isn't just about taste, it has a significant health implication. When these cold-stored, sugar-rich potatoes are then cooked at high temperatures, whether fried, roasted, or baked, this newly formed sugar reacts with amino acids in a process called the Maillard reaction, producing a chemical compound called acrylamide. Acrylamide is classified by the World Health Organization as a probable human carcinogen. For seniors, who may already have a compromised immune system or a higher risk of certain cancers, minimizing exposure to such compounds is paramount. Furthermore, refrigerating potatoes also makes them gritty and less palatable. The correct way to store potatoes is in a cool, dark, and well-ventilated pantry, ideally in a paper bag, away from onions to prevent premature sprouting. Number 8, bread, the staling accelerator. Next up is bread, a daily comfort food for many. While it seems intuitive to refrigerate bread to keep it fresh, this is actually the worst place for it if you intend to eat it within a few days. The science behind this involves a process called starch retrogradation. At temperatures between 35 degrees and 45 degrees, 2 degrees C and 7 degrees, the starch molecules in bread rapidly recrystallize, causing the bread to become stale at an accelerated rate. In fact, bread stored in the refrigerator can go stale up to 6 times faster than bread stored at room temperature. A study published in the Journal of Food Science illustrated this phenomenon, showing how refrigerator temperatures severely impact the texture and palatability of bread. For seniors, struggling with dental issues or simply wanting to enjoy their food, stale bread is far from appetizing. The best way to store bread is at room temperature in a bread box or sealed bag for a few days. Or if you need longer storage, slice it and freeze it, toasting slices as needed. Freezing halts the retrogradation process, while refrigeration speeds it up. Number 7, tomatoes, the flavor killer. Tomatoes are bursting with flavor, especially when ripe and juicy. But if you're putting them in the fridge, you're actively destroying that flavor. Tomatoes are sensitive to cold, and refrigeration dramatically impacts their texture and taste. The cold temperature breaks down the membranes inside the tomato cells, giving them a mealy, floury texture. More importantly, a study from the University of Florida demonstrated that refrigerating tomatoes below 54 degrees, 12 degrees Celsius, significantly deactivates the genes responsible for producing the volatile compounds that give tomatoes their rich, complex flavor. The cold also inhibits the ripening process, meaning a refrigerated tomato will never achieve its full flavor potential. Furthermore, cold temperatures reduce the bioavailability of lycopene, a powerful antioxidant crucial for heart health and prostate health, which is abundant in ripe tomatoes. Store ripe tomatoes at room temperature, stem side down, away from direct sunlight. Only if they are overripe and you want to slow down further spoilage for a day or two should they see the inside of a fridge. Number 6, coffee, the condensation catastrophe. For many seniors, a good cup of coffee is an essential start to the day. but where you store your coffee beans or ground coffee can make a huge difference in its taste and longevity. Refrigerating coffee is a common mistake that actually accelerates its degradation. Coffee beans are porous and highly absorbent. The refrigerator is a humid environment, and storing coffee there exposes it to moisture and condensation. This moisture quickly dulls the flavor, leading to a stale, muted taste. The porous nature of coffee also means it will readily absorb odors from other foods in your fridge. Think of that leftover onion or strong cheese. A 2023 review on coffee storage in the Journal of Food Chemistry reiterated that temperature fluctuations and humidity are the biggest enemies of coffee freshness. The ideal storage is in an airtight, opaque container at room temperature, in a cool, dark place away from heat and light. For long-term storage of large quantities, the freezer is a better option, but only if kept in an airtight container to prevent freezer burn and odor absorption. Number 5. Onions, the mold magnet. Onions are a foundational ingredient in almost every cuisine, but they have specific storage needs that the refrigerator simply cannot meet. Storing whole, unpeeled onions in the fridge is a recipe for disaster, leading to mold and a mushy texture. The primary reason is the high moisture content of the refrigerator air. Onions need airflow and a dry environment to stay fresh. When onions are exposed to excessive humidity, they quickly absorb that moisture, becoming soft and mushy within days. This damp environment is also an ideal breeding ground for mold, which can quickly spread, rendering the entire onion unusable. Furthermore, refrigerating whole onions can cause their starches to convert to sugars, similar to potatoes, which changes their texture and can make them sprout prematurely. The best way to store whole, unpeeled onions is in a cool, dry, dark, and well-ventilated pantry, away from potatoes. Once cut, however, onions should be refrigerated in an airtight container to prevent odor transfer and rapid spoilage. Number 4. Garlic, the sprouting dilemma. Like onions, garlic cloves are a common ingredient that suffers significantly from refrigeration. Placing whole heads of garlic in the fridge might seem like a good idea for longevity, but it often leads to premature sprouting and a change in texture and flavor. The cool, damp environment of the refrigerator signals to the garlic bulb that it's time to grow. This sprouting process draws energy and moisture from the cloves, making them rubbery and less potent. The sprouts themselves can also impart a bitter flavor. A common side effect for refrigerated garlic is also the development of mold, often seen as fuzzy green or black spots. A 2021 study on garlic storage emphasized that maintaining a consistent, dry, and moderate temperature is key to preserving its allicin content, the compound responsible for most of garlic's health benefits, including its powerful immune-boosting properties. Store whole heads of garlic in a cool, dry, dark, and well-ventilated place, like a mesh bag in your pantry. Once individual cloves are peeled, they should be stored in an airtight container in the fridge and used within a few days. Number 3. Honey, the crystallization catastrophe. Honey is a natural wonder, with an almost indefinite shelf life when stored correctly. It is a highly saturated sugar solution, and its low water content naturally inhibits the growth of bacteria and mold. Placing honey in the refrigerator, however, ruins its texture and makes it difficult to use. The cold temperature in the fridge accelerates the natural process of crystallization, where the glucose separates from the water and forms tiny crystals. While crystallized honey is still perfectly edible and can be returned to its liquid state by gently warming it in a bowl of warm water, it becomes thick, grainy, and extremely difficult to pour or spread. This frustrates many seniors who rely on honey as a natural sweetener or a soothing remedy. A study on honey's physical properties highlighted that optimal storage is at room temperature in a tightly sealed container, which prevents moisture absorption and maintains its smooth, golden consistency. Keep your honey in the pantry, and it will last virtually forever. Number 2. Olive oil, the clouding conundrum. Extra virgin olive oil is a cornerstone of a healthy, anti-inflammatory diet, especially for seniors. But proper storage is crucial to preserve its delicate flavor. its potent antioxidant compounds, polyphenols, and its overall quality. Refrigerating olive oil is a common mistake that can compromise its integrity. When olive oil is exposed to cold temperatures, its monounsaturated fatty acids begin to solidify. This causes the oil to become cloudy, thick, and can even form white granular clusters. While this physical change does not inherently damage the oil or make it unsafe to consume, it significantly alters its texture and can trap moisture, potentially leading to a musty flavor over time. More importantly, constant temperature fluctuations, moving it in and out of the fridge, can accelerate oxidation, which degrades the beneficial polyphenols that make olive oil so healthy. A 2023 review in Food Chemistry emphasized that olive oil should be stored in a cool, dark place, away from heat and light, in a tightly sealed, dark glass bottle to maximize its shelf life and maintain its nutritional benefits. Number 1. Avocados, the ripening arresters. Finally, we come to avocados, a superfood packed with healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins. The decision to refrigerate an avocado depends entirely on its ripeness, and making the wrong choice can lead to disappointment. If you buy unripe, firm avocados and immediately put them in the refrigerator, you are effectively halting their ripening process. Avocados need to sit at room temperature to soften and develop their creamy texture and rich flavor. The cold temperature stops the production of ethylene gas, the natural plant hormone responsible for ripening. If you want an unripe avocado to ripen, leave it on your counter at room temperature. To speed up the process, you can place it in a paper bag with a banana or apple, which naturally release ethylene gas. Only once an avocado is perfectly ripe, soft to the touch but not mushy, should you consider refrigerating it. At this point, refrigeration will slow down further ripening and extend its usable life by a few days. Otherwise, you're just left with a hard, unusable avocado that never reaches its full potential. So, as you can see, the refrigerator is a tool, but it's not a universal solution for every food. By understanding the specific needs of these common items, you can avoid dangerous chemical changes, preserve vital nutrients, prevent unnecessary spoilage, and most importantly, safeguard your health and your grocery budget. Making these simple adjustments in your kitchen can have a profound impact on the quality of your food and your well-being. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into smart food storage. If this video has empowered you to rethink your refrigeration habits, please hit that like button and subscribe to Senior Vitality Secrets for more daily health truths. And now, I want to hear from you. Which food on this list was the biggest surprise for you, and what other food storage tips do you swear by? Share your insights in the comments below.